Hello, Dave. Hello, Valerie. This is Jeff, the garage guy. I've spent the day here working on your garage plan. Pretty excited about it. Can't wait to show it to you. So let's get started here. What we're looking at is the top view of your garage. I guess what I'll start talking about here is the floor. I did the raised deck floor, which I'm happy to show off at current clients' houses if you want to see it in person. It's a really neat floor. Dave really liked it, and I went ahead and I used it on the floor and the stairs. One of the really neat things about this floor is that it's kind of like a giant welcome mat, and all the dirt that falls off of your car never gets tracked in the house, and it just sits there to be vacuumed up in the spring. The floor stays clean for about a year at a time. It's just the winter time that makes it look dirty, and then you shop vac it and mop it in the springtime, and it's a very low maintenance floor. And it looks really cool. So let's talk about the cabinets first. Let's take a view of the cabinets. All right, I did a very large cabinet system. This thing is extremely impressive. Your garage ceilings are about 11 foot tall, and this goes within about 4 to 5 inches of the ceiling. It's very big, very large cabinets. Each of these cabinets here that go from the floor almost up to the ceiling, they're 36 inches wide. So you got two sets of 36-inch wide big cabinets on the right and the left side of the bench. And then what I did was put a 10-foot workbench in with a stainless steel counter. I know you guys like gardening, so the stainless steel counter is impenetrable to anything. So that is the absolute strongest, most long-lasting counter you could ask for. I did a set of drawers on the left and right here with a spot for a stool in the middle. My drawers, they have built-in dividers. They're really neat drawers. You can remove the dividers, put in as many as you want. These drawers are really good for staying super organized. I can show you more about those later if you want me to, just ask. They're really neat. So what we have is a 24-inch wide cabinet, a 24-inch wide cabinet, a 24-inch wide space for a stool, and then two more 24-inch cabinets. And above the counter, I put in two giant upper cabinets. These cabinets are 64 inches tall, 5'4" tall, 36 inches wide, 12 foot deep. And I loaded this thing up with accents. You got the accent panels to give you the appearance of columns on the left and right side of each of these tower areas. And I did a solid shelf across the top here, bridging the two cabinets. What we can do with this is install lighting in here if you want to shine down on the countertop. I also put an accent block on the bottoms of the two upper cabinets. And then behind the countertop, you see the store wall. This is where you can hang some tools and things like that. It doesn't appear that there's much room between the cabinet and the counter. That's just because the system's so large. It's about the same height that you have now above your kitchen counter to your upper cabinets. And I did a bit of store wall around the garage. Store wall, it's just you get to pick a color: white, gray, brown. There's a few different colors to choose from. In this plan here, I put white, and then I added an accent piece of trim on the bottom of the store wall and the top of the store wall. It just gives it a really nice, strong look going through the garage. So if you look down toward the lower picture here, what I like to do is what I call a pinstripe of store wall, because in most cases this is all you need. You can hang anything from ladders, shovels, bikes, whatever you want on the store wall. But I did want to give you an area with a little bit of more space, maybe put some baskets, some garden hoses, things that are attributed to the gardening that you guys do here. And what I want to do is transition the big area of store wall in your bay area down to the pinstripe. So I did that by angling the store wall from 72 inches down to the 12-inch strip. So I think that looks pretty neat. Let's take a look at what I got on the next page here. All right, now what we're looking at on this page is a few things. We got the TV, the stair detail, and a cabinet detail here. Let's first start with the stairs. What I intend to do with your garage is fill in that gap, that's a hollow gap underneath this wall here, so there's no more hole. And then I would just use your existing stairs, make a couple small modifications to it, basically skin the outside of it with some premium decking material along with the front of the stairs. Same material you guys have right outside the garage, same type of material. Build you a new rail because you can't, or we could paint the other rail. We got some options there. Painting the other rail is going to save money, obviously. Or we could build a new rail out of the same decking material as we use on the sides and fronts of the stairs. This raised deck floor, it's a floating floor. So what you're going to be able to do, if you ever choose to, I don't think hardly any dirt's ever going to even make it to these stairs because you'll lose it on your way from the car to the stairs on this nice raised deck floor here. But if you wanted to, you could shop vac through the floor, or in this case, you could simply just lift out the floor, vacuum under it, and set it back down. Because it's a smaller section, you can just simply pick it up. Raised deck floors are a floating floor system. Just because you can pick it up doesn't mean it's going to slide around. It's actually going to be kind of trapped in here by the decking material. It's going to sit in kind of a pocket, if you will. The TV. I do generally love to build a TV into the cabinet system. It's one of my favorite things to do. However, your window wins the battle. So we have a choice. We can kind of put the TV in a random area where everybody can see it in the garage. Or we can create a system that is not symmetrical. So the TV can be, off to a side. It's kind of hard to center a TV because this window demands to be in the center of this cabinet system. So I just put it off to the side for now. We can build cabinets around it. You have more room for cabinets. I just don't think you necessarily need them. But I think the TV will do just fine on the right wall over here. And what I have here showing for scale, this is a 50-inch TV. So that's what I've done so far with the TV. I'm totally open with ideas. If you guys want to try something a little different, just let me know. Down at the bottom left-hand side of this page, this is showing a cabinet detail. What you have here, if you look at your large cabinets, you have the appearance of 30-inch wide cabinets. But what you really have is a 36-inch wide cabinet, and this front pillar is actually part of the right door on this cabinet. So normally you take a 36-inch cabinet, you divide it by 2, you have two 18-inch doors. In this case, I have a 15-inch door and a 21-inch door with an applied panel on it. And that's what gives the illusion of these cabinets being cased in here and around this frame. So it's a really neat way to do it. I've done it before. You can see pictures of jobs like this on my website, thegarageguy.com. Some of my nicest work utilizes this technique. Wall color, I just chose Polo Blue. I kind of like it. We've been doing a few garages like this. You'll have to excuse my software as I try to use these virtual lights to light up different areas in the garage. It has a tendency to bleach some of the walls where the virtual lights are close to that wall. So, the color I'm going for is the darker shades you see, not this bleached out color on the right side of this picture. Okay. Here's a couple other color combinations I did. Instead of blue, I did a mid to dark gray wall. With these large white cabinets in here, they're going to really brighten up the space, so you can get away with a dark colored wall, and the contrast is really sharp looking. And you can see I still have even a darker gray accent, so we have a dark gray on the accents around the cabinets and the store wall, and a mid gray on the walls, and that looks pretty good too. And then underneath that, what I did, jumped ahead. What I did on the bottom of this page was make your walls white. Instead of using a white store wall, I used a gray store wall. If you chose to use this, use white as a color, it's going to cost less when we paint the garage. Painting a color, trimming it around the windows, cutting it along the ceiling, we just have to put a lot more careful work so the line looks nice and straight, or you can kind of almost wing it with white paint, kind of a painter's secret there. Maybe not a secret to many people, but anyway, so we have our white walls, dark or gray store wall with dark gray trim. Now it's really easy for me, if you guys want to see other colors, to go ahead and change the color of the accents around the cabinets and the store wall. I can change that to any color we come up with. I can change the color of the walls for you, so we can try a couple color combinations. That's no problem. Okay, let's take a look at what I have here on the last page. I've changed a couple, or one thing in this plan. Instead of having the continuous shelf across here with the option of lighting being built into the shelf, I just created these top caps. I'm leaning a little bit in this direction. I don't know, it depends on, really depends on how important lights would be to you, and in my opinion, in my experience, we don't need lights there. You're going to have plenty of light on that bench. The lights up on the ceiling, assuming you upgrade your light fixtures, is going to shine down around here, and you're not going to need to have lights here in order to function on this bench by any means. One other thing I did on this picture is I got rid of the stainless steel counter. This is a laminate counter, and the laminate counter and the stainless steel counter, I made those 4 inches thick, so they have that big thick block look to them. And we can match your counter to the rest of the accents on the cabinet if you so choose. This would also save money over a stainless steel counter. And then this blue lady here, sometimes I'll put her in for scale. I just wanted to show you how big these cabinets are. She's 5'6", and that just shows you the enormity of this cabinet system. So what I'd like to get back from you guys is a telephone call or an email. Just let me know what you think of the plan. Give some thought to the following things: paint color, whether you like the cabinet configuration at all, TV, this shelf, stainless steel counter, and things like that. And the stairs, of course. And just give me your feedback. And what I'll do is I'll make any changes you want me to, and then I'll start working on pricing. This is a big job, and there's a lot of different components to it, so pricing takes some time. So I was just hoping to, really nail this design for you guys, and so I only have to price it so many times. But once again, thanks Dave, thanks Valerie. I really do appreciate the opportunity, and look forward to hearing back. Thanks.